Greetings and welcome back to yet again another video in which I coach a player that's looking for some input on their matches. And this footage comes to us from a commenter on the first coaching video, and they have expressed that they have hit a wall and would like some tips on how they might improve. And so they've posted some of their gameplay on YouTube, and I will now be taking a look, going through, seeing how it optimized their build, analyzing the fight, and yeah, trying to share any helpful knowledge along the way. So let us begin. Alrighty, here we are. We have his video of Armored Core 6 Balaam Parts Only B rank PvP number 1. Build in description, which will be pretty easy or handy for rebuilding this AC, which we might as well take a good look at real quick. Alright, and here we are. We got the AC loaded up and constructed. Alright, looking at the build without the Balaam usage bias, I would say this build is okay. I can see it stomping most close quarters builds if they are not either optimized or the players behind the close quarters builds aren't fully aware of all the close range fighting tactics, as a 10 cell, which is a great close range missile launcher, a Morley, which is also good at barrel stuffing, as it's basically just a explosive shotgun on your shoulder, these 1G, a very fast reloading bazooka, and of course the Harris linear rifle, which has a devastating charge attack, but also decent normal hits as well. In fact, pretty damn good normal hits. Very good kiting weapon. Close range, not the best, but since it can be used in close and medium range, it's still very devastating on the impact indeed. And when you slapped it all on a pretty beefy frame such as this, it can be pretty intimidating fighting at such a close range in which all of this weaponry is a lot likely to not miss. However, given 3 of our weapons will stance if we're using the charge attack of the Harris, and this is indeed a bigger and slower boy, optimized close range ACs should stomp it. Of course, alluding to builds that are rocking, say, double Estrogens, even like double Ludlow, or of course double Zim/Holdemans. These will have far more DPS and impact per second to completely eviscerate a build like this. As well as kites will be able to just completely negate most of all of the attacks, while also outpacing you in speed. But again, I don't think this is a horrible build. I think it's pretty cool. It's very Balaam indeed. And if we look at this AC under the guise of we need to construct it purely out of Balaam and open source assembly, then this definitely is not the weakest it could be. I do have some ideas on how it could be much stronger, but we'll look at the gameplay a little bit and then make our judgment on upgrading this AC. So back to the gameplay. Alrighty, here we go. Alright, so we're just in B rank. Jarhead, very cool AC name. Very good paint job. Looks very cool, very militaristic. Against, let's see here, Fine Point. Alright, pretty much almost at a rank, nearing their promotion to A. Very nice. It's unfortunate to still see people unranked in 3s because it's just so hard to find a match, which is shocking to see even on PC. This is a PC with controller, I believe, given I've seen a mouse being moved around from our broski's POV. Hopefully 3v3s isn't dead over there. That would be kind of depressing. But anyway, I digress. Alright, what's our enemy rocking? Frame-wise, pretty damn light, even on reverse joints, so stability is just non-existent. However, these weapons are pretty damn nice. We have a Duo 02 missile launcher, which is very nice for a medium to close range, or more like medium to long range. And with it being the Duo 02 variant, the fire rate is going to be very high. In fact, a lot are switching from the 3 to the 2 because of that fire rate just being significantly better. And we have the Facon on the shoulder for a stagger punish, I imagine, as its charge attack be doing that damage. And if you fire it on the opponent while they're popping their expansion, say pulse armor, the plasma will still be in the bubble with them doing all the damage while they stand still in it, which from like a technique perspective I think is pretty cool. However, from like a gameplay perspective, I think the expansion should be your second life, and there shouldn't be a weapon that can just go past that. But there are ways to play around it so it's not super broken. And for the primaries, we have the linear rifle Harris and the burst machine gun Estrogen, which is a pretty popular combo I've been seeing a lot. I'll definitely try it out myself, as I think it's pretty cool. I've got a lot of combos I've been meaning to try, so stick around if you want to see that. So yeah, all in all, I deduced this build, especially with the SPD booster, to be a kite, pretty much. Sticking at least within 190 meters so the Estrogen can do anything, because outside 190 this will just ricochet. But yeah, these two paired together is some nice stagger. Very evasive on the light frame, plus reverse joints, and the reverse joints allow him to jump into the air and fire off the Facon, getting all the AoE, which could stagger the enemy if they're close, which with these two weapons will not take very many hits. Alright, so off rip, I would definitely say this build is a lot more optimized for deadly AC combat, so I'm eager to see how this goes. Let us begin. Hopefully it looks good through the recording, which I would hope. Scanning off rip, which is very smart. I like that. Alright, missiles out. Using cover to dodge his missiles. That's very smart. Oof. Trying to pop out, get the quick peek was smart, but obviously hit the debris. So it's not really your fault, but you tried. Plus, Sonic is, huge. His 1G reloads hella quick, so that's fine. Are we charging up the Harris? Interesting. I would get off some normal shots before I go into the charge attack. But you got it, you got it. All right, so we got the first hits. That's nice. It's very good, very good. Especially against a kite. Makes them get closer because they need to. Otherwise, they're going to lose the AP war. Or a stagger war slash they can't run the clock because they ain't got the AP lead. All right, but we continue. Yeah, oh, wait, what? Oh my god, that Harris actually hit. That is kind of crazy. Let's get an instant replay on that. Do a definitely on cover. Charge up the Harris. Somehow it actually hits, which is crazy. I suppose the enemy just could barely see you in there. Didn't expect you to pop out with a charged Harris. Yeah, so far they're not landing a single hit on you yet. And you got a lot of impact to capitalize on, and your missiles are nearly back, so there's no shot that's going all the way down. Good stuff, good stuff. Move in for sure. Capitalization, 1000%. So on G up. He's getting really close. He charged up the Fasan. I don't know why. I guess you could have it pre-charged. That's fine, especially if you want to use it raw. But yeah, him getting that close. I guess he tried to dodge past you, seeing you be so aggressive. But yeah, misplay. Maybe he was even trying to kick you. Let's check. All right, so he jumps up, goes around. Yeah, he tries to kick you, and you punish it with his Zwan. Whether that's intentional or not. Either way, you should have shot the Zwan because you just got so close. There's no way he's dodging it at that rate. So very nice. He may have good weapons and stuff, but he's misplaying here a lot. All right, we're gonna use a Morley for a stagger punish. What we got? Yep. He has PA. You have assault armor. That's right. I actually completely forgot about that despite me rebuilding it in the garage. So unfortunately we didn't hit the full assault and get rid of his PA completely, but you did Morley it and get a little bit of it, so it's about to be gone right now. He fired the charged Fasan, it looks, which is definitely going to be ramping up our stability, which is a little rough. Doing a bit of damage, nothing too crazy. Even if he staggers now, he doesn't have the Fasan, so he's not going to be able to get a good stagger punish, and we have the AP lead, so things are looking pretty up. Yeah, ultimately should have responded a little quicker with the assault arm, but you at least knew to do it, so that's ultimately very good of you. Very good, very good, very good. We get a stagger, but again, he has nothing to punish us except for like a kick. Went for the Morley, dodged and canceled it. Tried again the Morley when he's too far away. Yeah, that's the thing about the Morley that has made me drop it since the game came out. This Morley, or the Morley itself, was very good. It used to do so much impact, even if only a few pellets hit. But then he got nerfed to the ground, didn't do anything. And then recently the spread, I believe, got tighter, which still doesn't really fix this issue. It just doesn't do a lot. You need like 90% of the pellets to hit to do anything. And at that rate, you might as well just be rocking another like bazooka on your shoulder, like a Majestic or something like that. Because if you had a Majestic and fire right there, it's a good chance it would have hit. But yeah, if you're going to rock in Morley though, it is a shotgun through and through. Use it only at very close range, and preferably when you're right above the enemy. It's very hard to dodge it when they have nothing to dodge towards but the ground and such. We're firing out our missiles again. We're firing off normal shots at Harris, although it kind of looks like it's charging up. We'll see. I don't really recommend. Well, actually, he has quite a bit of stability here, so or impact buildup. So yeah, I'd recommend actually shooting a couple normal shots while your Morley has time to reload. Then either through normal shots, stagger, bazooka, Morley, or charge Harris into bazooka into Morley. You know, with that, he should just be pretty much dead. But we'll see. Let's see here. Missed the Harris. Unfortunate. The fact that he was staying up there, not shooting out his Fasan the entire time is a little risque. Although maybe he's just charging it up, actually. So I imagine he'll just jump up, fire the Fasan, and then that might just stagger you. But right now, AP is looking pretty damn similar, as well as impact. Although he's just slightly inching it out so far. Yeah, so at this rate, you have pretty much nothing except for the Morley, which at this range wouldn't be the worst thing. He's going to jump above, which might screw with your FCS again. Because, you know, fun fact, B-hopping, meaning just jumping even with bipedal, although especially with reverse joint, as they get that jump distance, it actually acts like a fast enough motion to break your FCS tracking. So it's good to know that reverse joints always have a dodge in their back pocket as long as they can touch the ground. Nothing too crazy, but worth knowing if you want to fight them or use them. All right, so let's see what happens. So yeah, jumps above. You miss your both shots. Nice. Morley stagger, although you have nothing back, so no stagger punish. You actually land. Interesting. You actually landed the Harris as your stagger punish to do a bit of extra damage. That was really good. Oh, but unfortunately, he has staggered us and hit us with his Fasan. He might have this round. If he goes in for a kick here, he might be doomed because now you have your bazooka and Morley and Tencel. So if he was smart, he would just back away and pelt you from range. Let's see what he does. He's closing the distance. Just not entirely smart. Alright, we missed most of our shots. That was honestly really shocking to see him not dodge your bazooka there. As you can see, the tracking of the bazooka fire here was just not close enough. Right before you fired, your reticle was just off to the side, not fully locked on. And you can see as the projectile from your rocket almost actually hit him, almost led the shot and hit him, but just barely missed because it was not fully locked on. So if you had waited just half a second more, you definitely would have hit him here because he didn't even dodge it. And at that rate, that would have put his HP to absolutely nothing. From there, you could just shoot him with a couple shots from Harris and your 10 cell, which you have back, and he would have been just dead. But there's still a chance you have slightly more AP than him. However, you only have your 10 cell and Majestic right now. Or not Majestic, Morley. He's charging up his Fasan, so expect him to start from here and jump up to the air and then fire it down on you. Which at that rate, you could dodge into him and fire the Morley and maybe get him. At the same time, also shoot missiles, because why not? Let's see what he does. Let's see what we got. Yeah, so the reticle is just barely not fully locked on by the time you fired that. Good Morley, although if you were a little closer, you would have landed a lot more and probably killed him. Oh my god, still. Very good. Hit with a Morley, no HP, missiles chase him down, and there he is dead. I don't even think it was your bazooka that killed him. I think it was the missiles. But yeah, nice. Barely missed the Fasan too. Very good, very good. Oh, not a bad first round. All right, I think I understand how you mean to play this AC, which isn't too crazy. No crazy tech or insane synergy between the weapons. Just kind of fire them all off when you can. Although you do usually charge Harris a lot more than I'd figure. I would definitely recommend if you want to continue to use this very assembly, although probably tweak it over time, as experimenting is always very epic and expands your game sense. I would recommend tap firing, using the normal shots of the Harris a lot more before you just blast the charged Harris. As most ACs like our enemy here will be able to dodge it and then prey upon it whenever you miss. This guy just refuses to dodge it a lot, which is fine. We all get better. That's definitely his biggest flaw so far, so we shall exploit it indeed. But yes, again, let's take it into the garage and see how I might improve this AC for you, my friend. And here we are, Balaam Man 2.0. Alrighty, for this assembly, we're actually rocking 2 Harris rifles, as these can be absolutely devastating at medium to close range. And if you really like the charge attacks, now you have 2 of them, which will guarantee stagger most builds. And again, I can't stress enough how powerful dual Harris can be. The fact that you're a menace with impact and high damage at medium and close range, basically allowing you to kite big boys and just absolutely eviscerate light lads. It is a very fun time indeed. As well as repairing them with our own Duo O2, which again is a great missile launcher for medium-ish close range to long range. And we're going with the Duo O2 variant, as that fire rate is very, very nice. Giving constant pressure at pretty much any range alongside our rifles is going to be devastating for the enemy. Lots to dodge. And then finally, pretty much combining both the Morley and the Z1G into the grenade cannon earshot for our stagger punish, or you could even use it outside of stagger and rely on the charge Harrises for the stagger punish, as they also do immense damage on the direct hit indeed. Pairing that with a more medium weight frame of the Melander, straight up, that yields us 11,000 AP, 1100 defenses, 1700 stability, and 322 boost speed, with a quick boost of 355, which is overall very durable and very quick, especially for this kind of build. Meaning we don't need to be the fastest lad if we have more ranged weaponry, meaning we don't really need to chase down the enemy at Mach 10 because we have weapons that can reach them, and we're still light enough to keep our distance against really chunky lads, such as close range tanks, which can be quite scary. And for the inner parts, I'm breaking the Balaam rule just to add the Lula. Technically, you could go back to the PO4, which is a great type of all-rounder booster, but again, all-rounder, master of none, so. But yes, with the Lula, we're going to get all the nice stats we could get for this kind of build, that being thrust, quick boost thrust, assault boost. Alternatively, you could run the Coral booster, which has max quick boost thrust, as well as some nice AB, amazing quick boost jet duration, and upwards thrust. Although, of course, weighs this down a little bit more. For FCS, running Talbot, as again, with the Harris, we can be effective in medium and close range. And for generator, you can stick with the Mangtang. However, you'll be seeing similar regeneration speeds, in fact, pretty much the same. However, having a little more capacity with the Hakushi. And with that extra capacity being paired with a good recharge time due to our EN load, it can be very nice for taking to the sky with this build and using the earshot from the high ground. And then lastly, for expansion, I'm going to be using pulse armor instead of assault. So for a recap on this build's playstyle, just fire the missiles and the shots on Harris, which with our arms, you can fully handle the recoil, stagger, earshot punish, a couple more shots on the Harris as well as a punish. Yeah, 1300 when the double hits, that's pretty damn nice. And yeah, we're quite fast, we can dodge around a lot, and our regeneration is indeed hella quick, which allows us to take to the sky, and even while airborne, get some nice quick regeneration, which is, you know, pretty nice indeed. And if you really like the charge Harris shots, you can now chain them together for a nice quick stagger into the punish indeed. You know, so lead with some normal shots and build up some nice stagger, charge up, hit the earshot for the stagger, and stagger punish with the charge Harrises. Getting some nice damage indeed. And again, with these arms and their high recoil control, we can fire both Harrises with minimum to no recoil, which is very, very nice. But anyway, this is what I would recommend for a kind of upgraded metamorphosis of a Balaam Pure AC. Definitely let me know what you think of it, and yeah, we'll get back to the gameplay, indubitably. Alright, back to it. Round 2. Let it begin. Who will adapt more? If this enemy decides to lock in a little more, I think they'll definitely have a much better chance of winning. Oh, going for the raw, or not Majestic, but I'll say again, I don't know why Majestic's in my head so much. Going for the raw Fasson, that was smart. I'm going for their charge Harris is not so smart, but maybe the connection here is not too great, so shots are more likely to hit, but so far it doesn't look too bad. Took the first stagger, went for our assault as a defense, but that's the thing though, even if you had PA there, you still would have taken the entire Fasson, which is rough. We'll go back a little bit, but yeah. So he hits us with the stagger, and we use assault armor, despite knowing our enemy does not have a close range punish. And I understand a lot of people picked up the habit, especially after using pulse armor and yada yada, that you want to use your expansion whenever you stagger, no matter what, as a defensive tool. But the thing about assault armor is it doesn't protect you at all. You're just standing there taking all the damage. The only thing every expansion does when it comes to your impact bar is it just pauses it, meaning that you won't take any more impact, but you're still taking plenty of damage while you just stand still. So effectively, you've wasted your expansion, took a bunch of damage, and the enemy is still getting off his punish and backing away while you're standing still. Which, you know, happens. I misuse my expansion all the time. It's nothing too crazy, although it is our second life, so it's an uphill battle after we've either had our expansion baited or we've just accidentally misplayed with it. But again, even if you had pulse armor here, it would have just chewed through it. So the best thing to do against an enemy with a Fasson that's already charged up, that's gonna win the stagger war, is to try to get as much, you know, height or distance away from them, then pop your expansion to reset your stagger bar, which assault armor does not do. So the best thing you could have done in this situation was to never use your expansion until you staggered him at close range. He pops his expansion, which is PA, we know, and then you pop your assault armor to counter it. Using it like this is definitely not as a plan. But anyway, I digress. Alright, so unfortunately we took the first stagger. We no longer have an expansion. Impact's looking pretty high on both, although he's about to proc with those missiles too. Oh, we barely got the Morley, but again, we're using the Morley at medium range, which is just not super great. Definitely best to swap this out with the bazooka if you want to stay with a similar frame, rather than the one I've created, indeed. But yeah, anyway, Impact is about to proc on both y'all with a couple more hits. Your AP is looking not so great. Going for the charged Harris, although he's right behind this pole, so I could see this absorbing it, but who knows, it could hit too. You're very close to him, so the odds of it hitting are high unless it hits this. Let's just see. That's the thing though, again, sorry to harp on the Morley so much, but a couple of the pellets hit, which is nice for giving, you know, a little bit of impact or keeping the impact build up there. But the same thing can be said for a missile launcher. A missile could do the exact same thing, but that's enough harping on that. Back to it. Good. Yeah, the Harris got absorbed. Good hit though with the Majestic, although unfortunately both staggered at the same time. And it was a far away stagger, which I would say is a problem, but you don't have assault armor to counter anyway. Alright, he's holding on to the Fasson. He held on for a little too long there, honestly. He should have hit it when he was right above you, because then he would have guaranteed the splash damage, but instead he waited until you were both on the ground, which could have led to you just ascending into the sky and dodging it. Not very likely on PO4 boosters, but still was a possibility he probably should have considered. Although it worked out for him anyway, so I guess it's fine. Alright, but GG's. Final round, 1-1, anyone's game. It seems that he's locking in a little more, so now it is up to us to lock in even further. Save our expansion. Save the Morley for close range. Don't use the charge Harris off rip. Get a couple shots in and where using the charge Harris staggers him. Oh god, we're using it off rip. But he's really close, so it could have hit. But see, now if we had the charge Harris right now, or even just Harris off of cooldown. Oh, now it's off cooldown. It's good. We could have still hit him a bunch. And now he would have been like pretty much staggered. But by the time you got close to the Morley, you could have maybe staggered. Absolutely staggered. But now we've used it at range. Most of the projectiles have missed. Missiles going out, so that's nice. Yeah, running in with the charge Harris, I don't think is the smartest play. It is kind of working against this guy who's going in way too close than he needs to. He's probably thinking, I have an SMG. I got to get close. But I mean, right now you're in 130 meters, which is close range, FCS range. And he can be all the way out at 190 with the estrogen. So he really has no good business being around this close. Being this close really just means your Majestic God damn it. Zwan G has so much opportunity to hit here, as it has proxy det and you're in medium range. With the fast fire rate, there's so much opportunity for it to hit. However, it does stance you, and you're also using the Charge Harris, which also stances you, and the Morley at medium range, which also stances you, which means he should have full reign of just getting away whenever he wants, but yet he keeps jousting you, which is not the wisest of tactics, indubitably. But no shade, no shade. Let's just begin. Or let us continue. Which I'll rewind 5 seconds because this tends to screw up in recording. So yeah, he also misses his Harris there, so that's good to know. Missiles are doing their job. We miss our Harris again. And we miss our Harris there because we never fully lock on, because again, he jumps from the ground, which acts like a fast motion, which screws with the FCS. So we see here, we hit him with the Majestic. Harris is back, we charge up. He jumps from the ground, we miss because of it. He gets staggered again before we fire up the good stagger punish with the Majestic. Missiles hit us in the back. Hassan for the stagger punish. We don't use our assault armor, very smart. We use our Majestic at closer range. Nice. Oh my god, we're locking in. That should be it. Oh wow, just barely. It's all good, it's all good. Just 1 or 2 Harris shots. Even the missile's probably gonna finish him here. And no. Damn, he's really surviving here. Probably because we used our Charge Harris there, which was unnecessary. But nice, man, nice. GG's, GG's. Those are some good plays. Alrighty, so let's give our buddy here a performance type of overview. Ultimately, I think you did pretty alright in this match. I think you have the potential to be a great pilot. However, you do have some bad habits. But once you knock them again, you're on your way to greatness. And of course, those bad habits being, you kept on going for way too many stance attacks when they kind of weren't necessary. The kind of attack management wasn't there. Meaning you would use a Charge Harris whether it was necessary or unnecessary. You would fire out your Majestic, god damn it, it's 1G, oh my god, as well as your Morley pretty much anytime they were up. And although that's a good strategy for high DPS, that unfortunately does make you quite predictable. For example, if I were fighting you, I would expect you to just use the Charge Harris, and therefore either I wouldn't ever get in close, or when I did go in close, I would immediately go for a kick, as if a build is quick enough, they can actually kick you while you're firing the Harris and you will actually overshoot them. Either that, or I would just assault boost at you and assault boost dodge spam, so that when you went to fire the Harris when I got in close, it would just miss. And after that, you would immediately follow up with your Zwan, which again, I would just keep dodging, as well as the Morley. And at that rate, you have not only stanced yourself 3 times, allowing yourself to get hit by anything I send out at you, but you're now also out of all your weapons. And then of course, expansion usage. The first time you were a little too late and hesitated, and then the next time you panicked, but the third time you locked in and used it exactly right. And definitely points for trying the first time. You were just a little too late. So yeah, I think if you improve your weapon usage management and ultimately your build craft, I think you will be great. And yeah, I think this was a very good example of you yourself being a little more skilled than your opponent in this match, playing it better than having just a better build. As on paper, I would totally imagine your enemy being much more of a menace, but they themselves kept on just saving their Fasan for way too long, going in way too close for unnecessary kicks or just distance. Ultimately, they didn't play to their strengths as well as they should have, and it definitely costed them. They weren't dodging, they were also, yeah, just allergic to dodging, which was kind of rough. So yeah, again, I think you did great, and I definitely believe you're going to be much better the more you play. I hope B rank is a very fun experience for you, my friend. So yeah, I hope this video helped you. If anyone watching this would like to submit their gameplay for it to be featured on this series, feel free to leave your information in the comments below. Or simply just ask for advice, and I'm down to give it in the comments without making a video if that's what you desire. But yes, that is all for now. You have yourself a very good one, and peace. Alright, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, a huge thank you to my Egg Crusaders, my channel members, Arch, Shadow, Metal, and Magpie. Y'all are absolutely insane, and I appreciate you immensely. All this said, y'all have yourselves a very good one, and peace.